Some fundamentals on what we're going to talk today. The fundamentals are simple, and we are digging into emotional intelligence theories, mental toughness. What I would like you to understand right away is that the way you feel, the way you think, and the things that you do are dependent. In a sense, whatever you are feeling at that moment will impact your thoughts and absolutely will impact the things that you are doing. For those who are constantly checking social media and watching news about COVID-19, the things that you are doing actually, and when you see the news, will actually impact your thoughts. As you will see that bad things are happening around the world, you will start thinking and recalling some sad, anxious, fear, stressed thoughts, and that will impact, of course, in maybe a panic, anxiety, and stress levels. One of the questions that you might be asking to yourself right now is how we manage anxiety, how we can manage stress. And some of us might be feeling as well some early stages of depression. What we like to do and how we like to think is about an iceberg. As you might know, an iceberg, you can only see 20% of the whole iceberg, and 80% is underwater. So basically the things that you don't see. For people who are fan of Titanic, you know the whole story. So you only see a small part of the iceberg, which is floating above the water level. So for us right now, anxiety and stress is just the tip of the iceberg. It's the only thing you can see is this 20 small percent. Actually, anxiety and stress as a feeling, they are not individual emotions. They are more a mixed emotions with a lot of other ones. So maybe you say to people right now, and people can see that you're anxious and stressed, but underneath the water, there are other simple emotions that are in place. For example, you are not only feeling stress or anxious, you might be feeling fear, sadness, of course, about the situation, frustration. Staying at home is not something simple. Not being able to go to the office or go to simple places that you like having a coffee, hanging out with friends. That's a lot of frustration over here. Also, you might be feeling angry. Of course, it's an unfair situation. Why you have been impacted by that. Another thing that you might be feeling, not only angry, maybe embarrassment somehow. Maybe if you have employees and you have to let them go, you don't feel good. Other feelings, of course, you're worried about what's going on. There is this feeling of caring about the others. If you're at home with your loved ones, this feeling of caring about the others and making sure they're safe, it's a strong one. You might feel that you cannot do anything, you're helpless. You cannot help other people around the world. Also confused. And finally, you might feel useless. What I want you to understand here is that the first step in managing anxiety and stress is to understand the emotions involved. Emotions, as they're chemicals, there is one thing that we have to understand. And another important thing that I'm telling to every single person that I meet during this difficult era is simple. It is completely okay to not feel okay. You have to be honest with yourselves, and you have to understand that a lot of people around the world are not feeling good. We're not saying feeling great, they're just not feeling good. And that's okay. You have to accept it. So again, it's okay not to feel okay. And being mentally strong, it's about balance. It's not about being good, strong every single day. It's about keeping a balance in your life. If today you're feeling bad, that's okay. The whole game in being in that situation, in the coronavirus or any kind of other isolation situations, is keeping the balance. If you're having a bad day, live your bad day. Tomorrow might be a good one. This is the moment that you will be doing an activity. This activity has two steps. The first one, I would like you to take a piece of paper, a pen, because you will be writing down a few things. For those using an iPad and all these modern kind of digital ways of taking notes, it's okay. But you will need to write down a few things. The first part of this activity that we call the onion will be exploring a little bit our feelings. Why we're using the onion? It's quite simple. We just said anxiety and stress represents it's a mix of a lot of different layers of emotions, a little bit like an onion here. The onion, the big one, is the way you feel today, right now. You might be feeling bored, stressed, depressed, anxious, a lot of fear, scared, and everything. What we have to understand is every single layer inside that. So imagine, and I would like you to write down right now, if you could, how do you feel? If you're feeling stressed, bored, whatever it is, just write one word or different words. And that is the tip of your iceberg. It's the way you feel. It's the first words coming out of your mouth, the first words that you are thinking. This is your onion. When you write down this word, visualize it. Visualize the overwhelming emotion that you are experiencing right now. Stressed, anxious, bored, whatever it is for you right now, I would like to visualize that emotion as an onion. And what will happen to this onion is simple. Start peeling off layer by layer. Try to explore what's inside this big, overwhelming feeling. Remember the iceberg? 20% is above the water, 80% are below. We are trying to identify what's below water now. So try to peel off layers. Every time you peel off one of the layers, you may having 2, 3, 4, 10 different layers. But every time you see that you are peeling off one layer and saying, actually, it's not only feeling anxious, I'm feeling afraid of the coronavirus. I'm feeling afraid that my family could have it. I'm also feeling really angry about the situation itself. Every time, every single layer, give it a name. And the name should be like an emotion. Fear, confusion, frustration, boredom, whatever it is for you.
Hi, Nico, it's Mel.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks.
Guys, it's okay if you cannot see each other. As long as you can hear each other, that will be good. So
Okay.
Please share what you feel at the moment and try to see how the others are feeling as well.
Hi, Nico. I'm Cindy.
Hi,
nice
Cindy.
to meet you. So,
Nice meeting you.
I don't know, maybe what I feel right now is the first 3 weeks, I feel like I'm very joining myself, stay at home, keeping myself busy, doing like Teams meeting with my department, and then after that I do cooking, coloring, and some kind like that, decorating my home, some kind like that. But welcoming first month, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I need to go out. I need to back to my normal activity. You know, I need to go back in the meeting as real.
Kalian kerjanya di mana?
Perusahaan consultancy di Jakarta Pusat.
Kalau aku konsultan restoran, makanya kenapa first word aku scared juga karena banyak banget restoranku tutup kan. Kayak more than 70% udah tutup per hari ini. Jadi selain dari segi bisnis jelek banget, banyak banget kenalanku yang kena laid off. Dari restoran itu karena mereka harus temporarily close. Jadi ya scared sih kayak the biggest word-nya.
Ya. Wow, iya sih. Aku sih juga bukan di konsultan ya. Jadi kayak I'm in a movers company. Terus kita harus compete sama what do you call it? Milenial sekarang yang pindah tuh nggak bawa barang. Plus COVID-19 is coming. Jadi kayak ada movers company yang di abroad tuh mereka udah lockdown.
And another thing, and this is, I would like you to start thinking about that. mentally strong people, they only focus on things that they control. But hey, Nico, that's pretty good. That's what mentally strong people are doing, and that's great. We've read a lot of things about that. But what can we do right now? Something happened. Coronavirus happened. Everything changed. I mean, in less than 1 month, the whole world has changed. Never seen that before. It's a little bit like coming back World War II. I was not there, not that old, but things have changed completely. So what can we do? Not only what mentally strong people are doing, but the things that we can do every day. It's quite simple. Becoming mentally strong during this era, there's few things and useful things that you can do. Stop complaining. Put your social media away. I'd rather talk about physical distancing rather than social distancing. Social distancing means that it's a little bit has the sense that you cannot talk to anyone and you are only alone living in a cave. I'd rather call that physical, having a distance. You can still talk to your neighbors, by the way, as long as you are 1 or 2 meters away. So what I will say to you is as well, social media distancing. That's one thing. A lot of people are complaining. Maybe you have friends complaining about the situation and saying they've lost a lot of things and they don't know how to do it. At that stage, because you have to manage yourself, will be interesting to social media distancing of that kind of thing. So instead of complaining about what's going on, the good thing to do is start expressing our feelings and thoughts. And there is a way to do it simply. The first step is simple. Before you start discussing with others, what I would like you to do, and this is really important, is discuss it with yourself first, is to do this onion exercise or to have an internal discussion with yourself, trying to understand the feelings, describe them, the thoughts as well. Do it with yourself first. If you try to discuss with others without knowing how you feel, you might be putting a burden on their shoulders. So just do it yourself. When you are ready to discuss it with your loved ones, with friends, with people around you, you have to prepare a common ground. Before you expressing your feelings and maybe breaking down into tears, I would like you as well to explain to other people what you are doing. Explain them that you are not complaining now, but it will help you if you could talk to someone and this other person or other persons around yourself, just ask them to listen with no judgment. You are not trying to criticize anybody, you're just trying to reduce the pressure inside yourself. So prepare the common ground with your loved ones, with your friends. And third one, and this is underlying, be honest with yourself. If you are afraid, just say you're afraid. You don't need to be this strong figure all the time. Being strong, it's good, but remember, it's about balance. So be honest with the way you feel. To feel better, and one of the things, your brain likes patterns. One thing that we've lost, believe me or not, by isolation, is all the things that you were doing as a routine, waking up at the same hour, having your coffee, going through traffic jam, getting at the office, starting opening emails, all these routines, your brain is looking for them. The brain doesn't like abstract things. They don't really like being in a creative state all the time. Your brain needs patterns. So taking control of your current situation is really important. And I will advise you and encourage you as well to start scheduling things, to creating new routines.